black and white. When you're done with black, you come to like white. And when you're done with white, you will come to like black. You're welcome, viewers, to another. Like promised, we're going to the year 2015 in my journal. And in the previous video, I didn't remember well enough, good and good time enough to present the receipts of the Gaurapat uh, company that I used to buy. They are very good. They helped me a lot. Unfortunately, they are no more in Ghana. If they are, probably in Accra. And I recommend them to everybody. Transdermal medication. Mhm. And this is it. Guarapad. I think that's all. I think that's where we started from. Let's see. Yes, I think that's where we started from. I think we've gone around. And so they are very good. Like I said, I couldn't get up to do anything. I had to sit down to pray, and I had to sit down to wear my shorts, my pair of shorts. And when I started taking them, I started feeling well. Mhm. Especially the emotion. Let me see, they have anti-malaria, emotion, antitoxin. All of them are good. Immunity. Then we have immunity. Yes, they are very good. Immunity. Mm. And these are the receipts that I have, and not uh, Ghana Health Service workers receipts like required by law in Ghana. But this is even an international company, and I believe there are doctors, lawyers there. I mean, doctors there, good doctors there. Unfortunately, it wouldn't work. Okay, let's see. The last lawyer I saw, Lawyer Ibrahim, I think I think his excuse was based on the fact that it's too long. The matter is too long. I don't know. I think so. And so this is the proof that I was actually sick and I was going for medication. Like I said, I honestly didn't sell even one of them. I used all on my own. I had to register because, like I said, the cost is too high. With by registering with them, I would have a lower amount of money to pay. You see, but then these evil people, let me call them evil, because everybody should have known from now that they were targeting me. All that they wanted was to get me out of Ghana Health Service. And if they couldn't succeed in that, they should succeed in stopping my salary. It's about the same thing. God knows best. Okay, 2015, we go to 22nd January, and that was Wednesday. No, that was Thursday. Wednesday was 21st. That was Thursday. Off to Kumasi and back. Mm. Then have some notes here, 14.3.15. Let me go there to see what is there. 14.3.15. Oh, yeah. Oh, it has nothing to do with Ghana Health Service. Nothing to do with Ghana Health Service. So let's go. So off 22nd, Thursday, 22nd January, off to Kumasi and back. Then, mm, uh-huh. Then this is, I sent somebody in Tamale to go and find out about my daughter, my missing daughter in Nawini. And the fellow phoned me back to tell me she did go, and that my daughter's name is called Buake. Adiza called daughter's name Buake. That was February 6, 11. Unfortunately, she's not to be trusted. Mhm. Unfortunately, she's not to be trusted. I gave her items. She collected items from somebody to send to me, and because the items were good, she never sent them to me. She kept them for her own use. When I had previously given her other items like television and tables and cooking utensils and whatnot, then this one I asked her to send to me. She took them away. So I cannot trust her. So she told me on this date, Friday 2nd, that she has inquired about my child with Florence or Mommy of house number A40, Tamale, near Banzarina Rural Bank, that she found that, and that my daughter is called Boake. I don't know what the meaning of Boake is in the Pato language. Like I said, uh, I can't rely so much on that. And I documented that one too. Uh, yes, on the 11th of March, admin then called me to know my date of departure from Janga. And I think that was when they are preparing to stop my salary to know whether it is 2 weeks or not. Yes, I remember. The administrator, Ibrahim Umuru, calls to know my date of departure from Janga. The date is there. So it was from there that my salary was stopped without any notice, without any question. Nothing at all. You remember in the case in which I was prevented from going to Sokla, they claimed they set a committee to look into it. But this one, they never set any committee. Why? Because they meant to get me. Yes, I read it. When I went to Sokla and director, the director there uh, asked me to go and wait at home. I waited and waited, and I was trying to come back to the service when he took somebody else and refused to add me to that person. They set up a committee to look into it. That's what he said. But in this case, they never thought of setting up a committee. That's okay for me. Of course, all documents will be signed by Dr. Chumesi at the regional directorate and leave me alone. Eh? They will tell me for me to stay to be monitored. Eh? And then unqualified people like Dajima, they are not. A whole lot of things. A whole lot of things. So you can see that these people meant to cause harm to me, to let me lose my work, let me lose my job. And that's why. So he inquired to know what my date of departure. Why? To stop my salary, to know if it's 2 weeks had come to stop my salary. Yes. I I can recollect that Dr. Saibu also later on tried to stop my salary. That was when we came from Jimpa and he refused to give me some days off to cover the days I did in Jimpa because I was on holidays and gave me only 4 days. Later on, he was even started trying to stop my salary. He told me he did. I went to the bank, they said no, they haven't. Apparently, he didn't know how to go about it. He was too young in the service. You see? Okay. Then, on February 13, 3, no, not February, on Friday, sorry, it's not the Friday, the F stands for Friday rather. Then, on Friday, 13th March, on Friday, 13th stroke 3, again, the administrator calls, that's Imur Ibrahim of Jana, calls to inquire if I have a copy of the release letter purported to have been written by, I think, the direct list, of which I was informed on Thursday. So I believe the release letter was actually written. Then they withdrew it. I think, yes, he said it. It was written, and when they saw that I was not there, they withdrew it. No good, Bachel. So actually, the release letter that I was waiting for him to send to me was actually written. Then they removed it because they said I was not there out of anger. I mean, people who didn't like you already. This is the treatment of Ghana Health Service. People go there and personalize the place as if it's theirs. The lab are made private labs. Even unqualified people. The young man Joe Larry put at Jana is called Sison. Anytime he likes, he goes to work. When he doesn't come, when he is not okay, he goes to Accra. And when he comes, the girls are crying after him. Brother Sison, I am hungry. Brother Sison, I am hungry. Because they knew how he gets his money. And he posts that he himself buys the pregnancy test and does his test. He himself buys the kit and then he comes to do the test. So of course the money belongs to him. And the girls know, everybody knows that he's making money there and they must chop some. So they are not wrong. So even though they are getting salary, they always say, Brother Sison, I am hungry. Brother Sison, I am hungry. Then he will dish in that money to them. Ghana Help Service, something I've not done and I don't know how to do and I'll never do. Okay. So I think we've done with that. Let me read that again. Friday 13 stroke 3. Again, General Administrator calls to inquire if I have a copy of the release letter purported to have been written by, I think, the regional director, that one is raised, of which I was informed on Thursday, 18th, 12, 14, 2014. No, I didn't get it. So it was written and then they withdrew it. They decided not to give it to me because I'm getting them angry. I make them upset. Anything I do, anything I say makes them upset. Then, on 14.3 off to Tanosu and back. Yes, Tanosu is a branch of the University of Cape Coast. Yes, located at Tanosu, Kumasi. I wanted to do an Arabic course there, and over there I was failed. Yes, let me say I was failed. The man I met there was called Dr. Muktada. He was in charge of the Arabic department. I went and saw him and we had a conversation. Then he asked whether I know Sheikh Badawi. I said, yes, he taught me. But remember, Sheikh Badawi was the one who told me I wouldn't pass and so I shouldn't take the exams. He was the one who was leaving me alone in the classroom and going out to converse. And then in the long run told me I wouldn't pass, so I shouldn't take the exam. That was after making me to take the exam, to do the course for 5 years instead of three, telling me in the second year that there was no master and so I should repeat. I repeated. Then he came back again and said I wouldn't pass. I said no. I went and took. So Badawi didn't like me. Whatever went between him and Badawi, I don't know because of course they know each other. Um, I asked him when I was going to take the exams, the entry exams. I asked him, "Do you have any idea? Can I have an idea of how the exam would look like? Syllabus or question?" He said, "No, you just go and read. Go and read." I went and read. And when we did the Arabic first, and he told me I didn't do well. Of course, I know I didn't do well. And he told me it's left with the aptitude test. If you do well in the aptitude test, fine, we can consider you. And then came the aptitude test, and it was not hard for me. Aptitude test is involved. It includes general knowledge, maths, English, and little questions on general knowledge. And I knew if I would have gotten 75 or 70 at least, anything from 70 onwards, I could have gotten 70% onwards. I could have gotten it. I was sure about it. When you write the exam, you know the answers that you've given. I was sure I would get 70 or 75% above. When the results came, Dr. Mustafa refused to take my phone calls. But remember, he was the one telling me I didn't do well in Arabic. So with the aptitude test, he can help me. He refused to take my phone calls. I called. He didn't know me until I went for the results. When I went to the office for the results, I was told I failed. That's why I wasn't called. I got angry. I asked him, what paper did I fail in? Then they looked and said, it's Arabic that I failed. In other words, I passed the aptitude test, which I knew I was going to pass. And yet, Dr. Mustafa didn't honor his promise that should I pass the aptitude test, they will consider me. And so I grew very lean. I grew very lean. I was so sad, you know, because when people behave like this, you don't know, there's nothing you can do. Saying something and doing the other. And so I left. I had to leave. Mhm. And the little Arabic I can speak, I'm using it slowly, eh? Using it at least from time to time to put forward my point in the Quran. Mhm. Okay, then, yes, off to Tanosu. From Konongo, because I moved from Kumasi Tanosu and back. Mhm. Then on 16th again, off to Tanosu and back. There was a lady at the reception to Tanosu who sympathized with me, but there was nothing she could do. Once this Dr. Muqtada is in charge, he is in charge. Nobody can do anything. Maybe Chief Badawi influenced him. He could have, because even up to now, when he meets me, he just looks away. Mm. You meet him after prayers at the Rex Cinema and on his motorbike, he will just pretend as if he doesn't know you. These are the malams we have. Greedy, greedy. And yet these are the people who criticize Christians. Mm. Even though Christians are far better than them. In the honoring promises in faith. Okay. Uh, then Thursday 19:3. Thursday 19/3 to Kumasi and back. Mm, mm, to Kumasi and back from Habitat Konogu to Central to Tanasu. Free, yes, to Tanasu. That if I when I was going to Tanasu, I think somehow I met him somewhere and he even gave me a lift to Tanasu. It was not a lift I was after. It was for him to, you know, set the questions in such a way that there won't be difficulty for me, or to give me an idea what is in the syllabus, what the exams would involve. He didn't. And to honor his promise that after I had failed in Arabic, he could consider me if I did well in the aptitude test. And from there, he started ignoring my phone calls. And that is evil indeed. For any person to be ignoring phone calls. It's like a fellow standing by you in front of you and calling you, and you looking at him and not answering. In the spiritual world, that is how it is. All right. Then, Monday again, no, on Friday 27/3 again, to Tanaso and back concerning my Arabic exam. Then, Saturday 28th, to Kumasi, Tanaso again and back. So I went to Tanaso several times. I only wanted to see Muqtada face to face. I couldn't. Okay. Mm. And on the 21st, third, I have in my notes here, Dr. Muqtada called, gives his excuse. In other words, this one he answered but gave an excuse. Mm. Then 20, the same day, uh, Wednesday, 1st April. Wednesday, 1st April. That's where I have here. Dr. Muqtada called, gives excuse. Then around the same time, Dr. Muqtada called again. No answer. No answer. Till Thursday, 19/3. Thursday, 19/3. What is that? Oh, what is that? See, Thursday, 19/3. Okay, it's the same thing. I put it there. Dr. Muqtada. Uh, I gave him pamphlets. I gave him a pamphlet of uh, a pamphlet I wrote entitled a pamphlet I wrote titled "Some Muslim Names and Their Meanings." I gave him today that pamphlet. I overlooked it. I've overlooked it until I'm referred to read again. Uh, where is it? Could I go to Kumasi? Until I went to Wednesday, 1st, 4th. Then that's when I was referred to Thursday, 19/13. So when I went that Thursday, 19/3, I actually gave him a pamphlet of a book that I wrote, and this is it. I gave him that pamphlet. In other words, even before going to write the exams, I had written something meaningful in Arabic. Okay, so I don't know. In Ghana, self-serving, it was Joe Larry. In Kumasi, it is Chief Badawi and Muqtada. What knows? So this shows you that there is enmity everywhere. And no wonder in the Quran they say, Kul a'udhu falak. Min sharrin ma halaka min sharrin gaskin iza waqa min sharrin nafathatin fil uqad min sharrin hasidin iza hasad. Hasidin means enmity or envy. So there is envy everywhere. It's in the Quran. I seek refuge in God from enmity, from what He has created in sharing mahalaka, min sharing gaskin is our kaba, and from darkness as it approaches, min sharing has is our min sharing and from witchcraft and whatnot, and from envy. So it's there. I'm not the only one. And I believe people are listening. They're saying, oh, we've faced such things before. Okay, but for some reason, I have to come out to say it to the whole world. I'm not bothered about that. Okay. Mr. Awini calls. Mr. Awini was my tutor at Navasco for some time. And then we met here again at the Ghana Institute of Languages, where he was the headmaster and was also teaching English. Unfortunately, I angered him. I was fighting with somebody, and then he called, and I shouted at him because I was shouting at somebody. And I'm sorry, Mr. Winnie. This is somebody who has helped me before. These are the mistakes we make in life or the errors we make in life. I apologize intensively to him, and he accepted it. So, Mr. Winnie, thanks a lot. Then, Friday 11/5 to Konongo and back. Wednesday, no, it's not 11/5. It is rather Tuesday 7/4. Tuesday 7/4 to Konongo and back. Then Wednesday 8/3 to Kumasi and back to Konongo, I suppose. Then Thursday to Konongo and back. Kumasi, Konongo, Kumasi, Accra, Konongo, Kumasi, Konongo. Then with that, let's see. What we have here is not worth reading. Off to Kumasi and back. April blockage. This is April blockage of salary. I didn't add salary there anyway. Here you can see April blockage. That's when they stopped my money. I was paid till March, and then from there, even though they had stopped my salary, they never do anything right. The salary kept on coming, and I kept on going to receive them. No, they didn't allow me to receive them, but later on, the bank didn't. Then later on, it saw that there was no reason. Since it was there, it was mine, and I collected it. It was from there that they had actually, the salary stopped coming. That was, and so it meant that March I got my salary, but from April onwards, no. I believe that's the case. Then, and that was 2015. I think, viewers, we shall stop here and then continue in the next video. So when we come back, we are going to Monday 18/5. Monday, May 18, off to Kumasi and back. When we come, that is where we're going to go to. I would say again, thank you very, very much, and may God be with you, and pray with me too that hunger doesn't kill me, that I get some money to at least eat. I don't need anything, just food. Food, nothing but food. Okay, thank you very much. Bye bye. May God bless you.